sit right there. Okay, well, I'll move. Well, look, everyone good? Very troubling evening for residents here in Marble Hill. They felt a blast, they felt the building shake. Talked to some of the elected officials here, literally felt it themselves. And what we see here at JFK High is a really shocking scene of the 6th floor having experienced a tremendous explosion. Obviously there's going to be a full investigation, a lot of details that will be gleaned in the next hours and in the next day or so. Commissioner Nigro will speak about the investigation in a moment. What we do know is a very serious explosion. 3 construction workers seriously injured. We'll have an update momentarily on them. Very serious burns for those workers, and our hearts go out to them and their families. This school obviously has sustained some very, very serious damage. This was part of a project being run by the School Construction Authority through a private contractor. Again, we'll fill in a lot of details as the investigation continues. But for people in this community, obviously this was a real shock. The response by our first responders, unbelievably good. FDNY, as usual, can rise to any occasion. They got here quickly. They were able to get to these 3 workers who are very seriously injured and get them to Jacoby Hospital, where they're being treated now. Just want to thank Commissioner Nigro and all the men and women of the FDNY for an extraordinary response. Obviously NYPD, OEM, key part of the response as well. SCA is here, Buildings Department is here checking the structural integrity of the building. So a lot of work being done right now to decide what we're going to do going further to stabilize the building and make sure that we're ready for what comes going forward. I want to thank the elected officials who are here, Council Member Andy Cohen, Assembly Member Jeff Dinowitz, Assembly Member Guillermo Linares, and Deputy Borough President Bonilla. Thank you to all of you for being here. I want to make sure you hear from Commissioner Dan Nigro of the FDNY. He'll give you an update. We'll take your questions. I want to emphasize at the beginning, there's going to need to be a full investigation before we can give you a lot of the answers that you certainly want, the public wants. But right now we're dealing with the immediate situation and securing the building and the immediate area, continuing the cleanup and beginning the investigatory process. With that, I want to turn it over to FDNY Commissioner Dan Nigro.
Thank you, Mayor. Shortly after 8 o'clock, many people in this neighborhood heard this serious explosion, and we responded. Our full collapse assignment came here to this. We found these 3 contractors seriously injured. This building has been seriously damaged, although the structural damage is very limited. So right now we have people from Department of Buildings, engineers, making a further evaluation. Our fire marshals and their counterparts in NYPD are doing an investigation as we speak behind us. Our thoughts and prayers are with the 3 injured contractors. So further details as to what they were doing, obviously something to do with the gas lines in this building. We do know that. What caused the explosion, we do not know that yet. We will certainly get to the bottom of it.
Any questions?
Mayor, what kind of construction project was this? Can you give us any details about this?
Yeah, and Lorraine Grillo, the head of the School Construction Authority, is here as well. This was related to the science labs here at JFK High School. Typical School Construction Authority project to improve the science labs, again being done by a private contractor. I won't go into a lot of details if we want to do investigation. I can say this is a contractor that School Construction have worked with a lot in the past and had a good reputation.
Will this delay the school starting here?
Great question. We will know more in the coming days. Obviously, it's a very big building. 8 schools in this building, over 4,000 students. This is one part of the building, so as we get a structural assessment, we'll be able to let you know in the coming days if part of the building can be opened, if all of the building can be opened. We won't know until that full assessment is done.
Do you know how long this work had been done? Where they found like
Yeah, again, I thank FDNY because they got here so quickly, and that made a huge difference for these victims.
Yeah, these victims had gotten out of the area of the explosion. Our folks found them. One was more seriously injured than the other two. They were all immediately being treated by fire department members and transported rather quickly.
Dennis? Darryl?
Anybody else?
Do you know how long this construction project had been underway?
How long, Elaine? You know how long it's been going? By chance?
Several months.
Can you give
Since
us
the
any
end of school,
details?
basically?
Yes.
Yeah, so since the end of school.
Any details about the damage that's been done? I know you're investigating, but
Again, it's just too soon. There's a 6th floor, very severely damaged. 3 classrooms, I think, is where most of the impact is. But Department of Buildings is in there right now doing a full structural review. We'll have a lot more to say on that tomorrow.
Commissioner, can you address what's in that lab? It's a science lab, so is there gas service to the lab? Do people smell gas?
Like a typical science lab that has Bunsen burners, so they have gas supply. And no one had mentioned smelling gas. The contractors did not mention smelling gas.
But again, full investigation. We're going to have to know a lot more.
One more question, please. Anything else? Thank you,
Okay,
Mr. Mayor.
thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
Okay, that was the mayor and the fire commissioner and assistant chief of the FDNY from YPD and all involved. Giving a briefing on the gas explosion at the high school here in the Bronx. Major 1060 incident and second alarm about that. And with that said, I'm done here.